All right. Good evening, guys. Today, we're going to talk about O line and D line schemes and techniques. So, it's going to break it down for the front seven. Go through this PowerPoint. Please pay attention. This is very important. And we're going to try to get through these videos as best we can. It's kind of a lengthy presentation, but we're going to get through it as best as we can. So, bear with me. First page, it all starts up front. Offense and defensive lines are the two most important positions in football, the position groups. Without the O-line, we will have no run game or pass plays, and the quarterback would then be pointless. It all starts up front. Without D-line, we can never stop the run. We can never get a pass rush. We couldn't stop the team from scoring. I mean, it's going to be a long day. The big men make it all possible. So the guys on the front, the offensive line and the defensive line, it all starts with you, the big man. O-line keys to success. Communication is the main key to success. Once again, communication is the main key to success. Talking to the person next to you on every play. It is a must. You have to communicate with the guy next to you in order to protect the quarterback or the running game or pass plays. Proper footwork and technique. Proper power steps, kick steps, or kick slides. That's for the offensive line. Knowledge of the assignment. Knowing what you are doing at all times and studying the game plan. It is very important to always know your assignment. Blocking technique. Proper hand punches, placement, and driving your feet upon contact, basically on running plays. O-line techniques. Kick step. You're gaining depth on the snap of the ball. Slide, gaining width and depth on the snap. Power step, gaining little ground forward and punching hands. We're going to try to watch these videos so you can get a good look and basically see what we're doing. I'm going to slow a second and try to let everyone else come so we can watch these videos together. Give me one moment. All right, these three videos are basically about the O-line. It's going to go through the kick step, kick slides, and the power steps. This first one is a kick step. It's not a kick slide. That's just what they wrote, but this is a kick step for the offensive line. pushing back on the front foot, catching yourself, brace yourself on the back foot, and also staying under yourself. He got his hips down, all the weight under him. That is a proper kick step. This is a kick slide. You'll see the difference. Kick slide, you're going to be gaining width and depth. In kick step, you're only gaining depth. So this is width and depth. This is a proper kick slide. All right, he's going to take you through the footwork. See, he's getting wider as he takes his kick step. He's not going straight back, he's going out. He's gaining width and depth. This is to make the pocket wider for the quarterback. Keeping all of his weight under him. Once again, lineman, this is a kick slide. All right. This next one is power steps. You're engaging the contact. This is basically a run block. But it can also be a pass set. Depends on which pass play is called. Everything is all game plan specific. These are some drills they do. See, he's going forward. He's not going back. He's punching his hands, engaging in the contact, leaning forward, not going backwards. Once again, power step. Using that back foot to take you forward. All right. On to the next slide. O-line pass pro concepts. We have big on big, which is basically man on man protection. Slide protection. You take a slide step to a giving direction and block the gap. You're not chasing men on this slide protection, you're blocking a gap. Zone schemes, area specific blocking, and we must always remember that gaps override people. So if you have to block a gap in a certain zone scheme, you block that gap. Don't go chasing a man. It's very important. Block the gap. We have 5-man, 6-man, and 7-man protection, which is basically man on man for the O-line, and you got help from the running backs to tight end. Max protection, which is every man accounted for, and block man-to-man, all assistants in to help. So you got offensive line, you blocking, this is man-to-man, but it also can be doubles if no one comes. But this is basically max protection, so everyone is staying in the block. We got maybe a 2-receiver route, and everyone is in blocking, making sure no one gets to the quarterback, standing your ground. This is an example of big on big protection, lineman. You can see this right tackle. He has the defensive end, man-to-man. Right guard, he has this defensive tackle. The center, he's helping double the dangerous threat. So the most dangerous threat to the quarterback right now is not this defensive tackle, because he's outside shade here. He can take him. He's the most dangerous guy because he has a direct path to the quarterback. So you help him, but if the linebacker comes, then you're man-to-man on him. But if he doesn't come on a blitz, you help him. Or if he comes in, breaks inside, you help him. The running back, he's man-to-man on the wheel linebacker here. If he doesn't blitz, then he just sneaks out into a route, or he assists. He helps with the defense, the left tackle, or he helps on the right side. It's up to the quarterback. But this is basically big on big, man-to-man protection. This is an example of slide protection. Left tackle, left guard, center, right guard. We're all sliding to the left. So this is a left call, slide protection left. If it was a slide protection right, then everyone would be sliding to the right side. But once again, this is a left call. So he's taking a slide step. He has this backer. He's taking his slide step for this gap, his slide step for here, his slide step for here. The running back, he picks up any blitzer, or if this guy, this defensive end, get past this right tackle, he's there to assist with that as well. This is a slide protection. We mostly use this for sprint out passes. These are examples of zone blocking schemes. So you have inside zone, as you can see, this is inside zone right. So they're hooking, everyone is hooking up to the next level, next level, next level. The run is supposed to hit in this hole right here, the B gap. So this guard here is trying to hook this defensive tackle to pin him in. He's kicking out, kicking out. That is the hole that we're trying to get to. Once again, this is not an exact replica of what we will do. Everything is game specific. These are examples of this is an example of outside zone. So everyone is reaching, reach blocking, reach block the hook, so you can get to the outside. Counter, you got the pulling guard and tackle, leading up in the hole. Power, pulling guard, leading up to kick out the backer, or if this defensive end, if he breaks through and he doesn't come. These are all examples. Off tackle, draw, all examples. This is an example of man combos. So man zone combo. So you have zone blocking here on the left side, where they're slide stepping to the left, and backside they have man-to-man. So this is the combo block. Once again, this is not an exact replica of what we would do, but we might. So just so you have an idea of what we're doing. Once again, they're reach blocking, reaching for zone concept here, man-to-man backside. So we can run draw in this gap, we can run QB sneak, anything. We can have a pass from here, anything. But this is an example. O-line, you should always remember, always identify threats to your gap or assignment. Always. If you got a defensive tackle that your guy next to you have to block by himself, if that guy's not inside shade towards you, he's not an immediate threat to your gap. So you get your eye to the next person, which should be the linebacker or another defensive tackle. So always identify your threats in your gap and your assignment. Follow through with techniques such as the kick step, power step, and kick slide. Always do the technique. Oftentimes we get out of our technique and we start running our feet. Once we do that, the guy runs right by us, got a free run on the quarterback. We do not want that. So we have to practice our technique every day. Always. Kick step, power step, and kick slide. Keep your head on a swivel and watch for guys crossing your face. Sometimes the defense will run stunts and schemes like that. You have to remember, don't chase the guy. If you have to block a gap and you're blocking a guy who's currently in a gap and he runs away, don't chase him, because if he leaves, then you can be sure that someone else is coming to replace him in that gap. So remember, we have to communicate up front, stay in your gap, keep your head on a swivel, and watch for anything crossing your face. All right, big boys, defensive line. Defensive line, keys to success. Once again, same thing as offensive line, it's communication. Is the main key to success. Communication is the main key to success. Talking to your fellow linemen, listening to the defensive captain or play caller. Knowledge of assignment, knowing what to do at all times, studying the game plan, following orders of the defensive play call. If you have outside containment on a play, don't go chasing no play, trying to be a hero or thinking that you're doing something special. No, do your assignment. If everyone do their assignment, then I promise you it'll be a great defense. Standing ground. Never get pushed back. Stay solid and stay strong. Don't get pushed back. Technique. Proper techniques will always help you shed blocks and be in the right position to make plays, make tackles, interceptions. If you use the proper techniques that we teach you, I promise you, you will always be in a good position to make plays. You will be happy. All right. Tackling. Fight through blocks and wrap up the ball carrier. Once again, fight through blocks. You got to shed them and wrap up the ball carrier. Tackle them, bring them to the ground. D-line position techniques. All right, so you have the wide 9. This is basically for a 4-3, but you can also run some of these in the 3-4, but this is basically for a 4-3. You have the wide 9. The defensive ends, they're the widest men on the front. They lined up outside of the end man on the line of scrimmage. So you outside of the tight end if he's down on the line of scrimmage. You're outside of offensive tackle if he's the end man on the line of scrimmage. 3-tech, which is basically for the defensive tackles. You're lined up on the guard, outside shoulder, or half man. You have the 6-tech, which is basically for one defensive end. You're lined up head-to-head on a tight end, just the tight end. If it's an offensive tackle there, you're going to be in a 6 technique. You're going to be in a wide 9. You have the 2-eye, which is for a defensive tackle, which means you're lined up on the guard, inside shoulder, half man. That's what the I stands for in 2-eye. It stands for inside shoulder, 2-eye. All right, then you have a shade. Shade is for the defensive tackle. You're lined up on the center, but you're shaded either to the left or to the right, inside or outside shoulder. You're not going to be directly in front of them. You're not going to be directly on them. You're going to be half man. So your numbers will split his numbers. D-line gaps and techniques. This is a picture, an example of D-line techniques, gaps, and offensive line. So as you can see, you got the 4-3 on the left, the defensive end, the wide 9. Wide 9 is here, the 9 here, so you're outside of here. On the right side, same thing, wide 9, but you see right here on the 6-tech, 4-3, DE, 6-tech, defensive end, 6-tech. See, you're lined head up on the tight end. Here goes a 4-3-3 tech. The 3 is here, which is outside shade, outside shoulder, half man. Same thing here, outside shoulder, but like I said, a 3-tech can also be inside. It all depends on the game specific. You'll see some examples shortly of what I'm saying. All right, you have the C gap, the B gap, A gap. Once again, A gap, B gap, C gap, and if you got a tight end, you have a D gap on the outside of him. Everything on the line from the defensive point is read from the center on out, left and right. So it starts with the center. So you start with the center, then you go to the next to him. There's the A gap, the next guy over, B, next C, D. Same thing the other way. And these are all shades. 5, 4, 4I, 3, 2, 2I, 0. And he can be a shade, left or right here, shade. 2I, 2 or 3 tech, 4I tech, 4, 5 tech, a 5I, a 6 tech, 7 and 9. But mostly we want to remember the 9, 6, the 3 techs, and the shade. All right. We have defense rushing attack styles. Defensive rushing attack styles. You have the bull rush. You want to run through the offensive lineman. You want to run through him. Power rush. You want to attack him full man, which means straight on. You want to keep your distance. So keep arm's length. Or you want to attack the gap with full power. Like a bench press. So you want to keep him off of you, pushing him back, driving him straight back into the quarterback, but keep your distance. Do not let him get his hands on you and drive him straight back. You have the wide rush. Run around the offensive tackle or tight end. Stay tight to the outside shoulder. So don't run all the way around him trying to get space, because the quarterback or the running back will slide right under you and hit that gap right where you ran by. So you want to run tight, dip your shoulder, stay tight to the line, and come straight down. I'm going to show you examples of now the bull rush, power rush, and wide rush. All right. This is James Harrison. He's going to take you through the bull rush, or as he uses, the speed bull rush. He's coming off. He's going to turn, and he's going to attack the man and try to run through him. Boom, right there, run right through his chest. Running right through his chest, attacking him straight on, trying to run right through his chest. He got his head down, boom, right in his chest. You want to run through him like a bull. You want to put your face mask right in his chest and run through him. Once again, turn, run through him. Boom, run right through his chest. All right. This is an example of a power rush. He's going to do some techniques. He's going to show you some techniques that he uses. Inside, yep, keep your distance. Got his hands inside, he's pushing back, trying to make a play in the backfield. Keeping his distance. See how he got his distance? Shooting his hands and he's keeping his distance. All right. These are some of these are examples of wide rush. What I mean for the defensive end, we're not going to watch all of them, but some of them. The guy that I have right here, this right here is a 9-tech. He's a 9 technique, and he always wants to get outside. But sometimes he's going to come under. That's what we want. We're talking about pass rush right now. Outside like that. You want to stay outside, just like that. Wide around the edge. This is a tight end on the defensive end. He's trying to block him. Boom, outside. This is a defensive stunt. So you have a tackle in stunt. Once again, he's trying to get outside. Stay outside. That's okay. Attack him on. If you can't get by him, still push him back to the quarterback. Do not get pushed back. All right. I think all of that is done. Go back to the presentation. But those are just some examples. Those are all three. All right. So once again, you have the bull rush. You run through the lineman, power rush. You're attacking full man, but you're keeping your arm distance, or you're attacking the assigned gap. It all depends on the play we have called in the game plan. But like I said, it's like a bench press. You got your arms extended. You're keeping him off of you. You have the wide rush. You're going around the tackle or the tight end, but you're staying tight on the outside shoulder. This is an example of a 4-3 defensive front. This is a 4-3 over. As you can see, the defensive end on the left side, he has the C gap. Everyone is protecting a gap. They're assigned to a certain gap. So this one on the left, this defense end on the left side is a wide 9. He has the C gap. This linebacker here, he has B gap. This defensive tackle, he is considered a shade. He's a shade because this is the center right here. He's shaded on the inside of him, and he's protected for this gap. And he's responsible for that gap. This 3-tech right here is responsible for this B gap. This linebacker has this C gap, and this 6-tech right here has outside contain. So he's going to attack and try to stay wide. Don't get washed down. Don't get washed too far out. This is an example of a 4-3 over, or what we call a wide 9 front. The reason it's called wide 9 is because we have two defensive ends that are wide 9 techniques. Once again, this tight end is 9-tech. He has this D gap. This linebacker right here, he has this gap right here, this C gap. This defensive tackle, this 3-tech, B gap. This linebacker right here, A gap. This 2-eye, this is a 2-eye technique. He has this A gap. This linebacker here, he has this B gap. This 9-tech, C gap. See, every gap is protected. Every gap is protected. 4-3 under front. This is a defensive front. So 4-3 under. Once again, every gap is protected. You have this right here, this wide 9. You have this 3-tech, linebacker. You have this shade. This defensive tackle is a shade. This backer has his B gap. This 6-tech right here. This 6 technique right here has a C gap. This is a linebacker. He's coming down. He's going to get a shot on him or him, and he's going to protect this D gap. This is, once again, this is a 6-tech. Every gap is protected. This is a 4-3 under closed left. This is a closed left front. The reason it's called closed left is because if you turn around facing behind the defense, the left side, right here where all these linebackers, is closed off. All right, you have a wide 9 here on the left, defensive end. You have this 3 tech right here, defensive tackle. You have this shade, this defensive tackle. Linebacker, linebacker, linebacker. Right here, I will call this a 5 tech because he's not directly on the tight end because he's kind of bumped down. So I call this a 5 tech right here. And every gap is protected once again. He has C gap, B gap. He has this A gap. He has this A gap. This Mike backer here has this B gap. And this defensive end right here has this C gap right here. And this linebacker has this D gap on the outside, on the left side of the tight end. Every gap is protected. All right, D-line. Always remember, defensive tackles, when you're getting double teamed and pushed back, you should fall to the ground and create a pile because it closes the gap. It naturally closes the gap, the run lane. Once again, defensive tackles, if you're getting double teamed and pushed back all the way down the field, do not get pushed back. What you do is you fall to the ground and you create a pile. So if you fall to the ground, whoever's double you, both of them will fall down, and you will naturally stop the hole. You'll clog the hole up, and you'll make a pile. So the running back will have to go around you. He will not be able to go over top. He will have to go around, and you have help there. So you have the linebackers, and you have everyone there to help you. So remember, fall and create a pile. Defensive tackles. The 2 defensive tackles are the most important people in the 4-3 for run stopping. Once again, the two defensive tackles, you are the most important people in a 4-3 defense to stop the run. Defensive ends, always attack outside shoulder. Always attack outside shoulder. And never go inside. So if you're going outside and you can't get around them, that's okay. Stay with your job. Don't try to come under. If not, you leave a natural lane for the quarterback or running back to escape outside around you. We don't want that. All right. So remember, always stay outside shoulder. Don't ever go inside. Both defensive tackle and defensive end keeps linemen from getting to the second level, which is the linebackers. Both defensive tackles and defensive ends, you keep the offensive linemen from getting to the second level and getting their hands on your linebackers for the running game. It's very important. All right. This last slide, man. Give effort. Finish. Always give effort and finish. Always give 100% on every play. If you make a mistake, make it at 100% speed and effort. Don't fuck up and then stop and start walking and start thinking, oh shit, I fucked. No, do it 100% and keep going. Take no plays off. No plays off. One play off can lead to a long touchdown run for the defense, or an injured quarterback, or injured running back, or a fellow offensive lineman injured if you take a play off. So remember, take no plays off. Always go 100%. Defensive line, run to the ball on every play. Once again, run to the ball on every play. If the wide receiver catches a hitch on the outside, don't just turn and look and hope everyone is going to tackle. No, you have to turn and run to the ball. You never know. He could break all of those tackles, and you could be right there for the game-saving tackle. So remember, always run to the ball. Always communicate up front on both sides of the ball, offense and defensive line. Once again, always communicate. Talk to each other. It makes everyone's job easier. Once again, if we talk to each other, everyone's job would be much easier. All right. All right, man. That was the last slide. Hope you guys study this and go over it. This is some important information. It's going to guarantee help you in the long run. Once again, we want to be successful this year. So go out there, work hard. I hope everyone's in the gym. I hope everyone's studying. Everything that Coach Tony puts in. Once again, this is a big season. We have a lot of work to do, but man, we can do it, and anything's possible. So let's get it together and let's get this run together, man. Let's go make some plays out there. I'll talk to you guys later. See you on the next section.